Bounds and Mysterion.
It's a bearded mermaid.
That's so amazing.
Bearded
He's been showing me all his toys. This is why we're late, and all the creations that he's been making.
So this is a bearded mermaid, and we're going to be selling these things at Something Strange this weekend.
And that's why we're here, is so that we can tour the oddities room, which is behind me, and
there's a fairy.
Talk about Something Strange, which is happening where and when.
So it's Revival this weekend on Sunday. So the oddities market is from 12:30 till 6, and we have 40 vendors, including you, including me.
I can't wait. Oh yeah, you're vending this, which is what you're showing me right now.
These monster creations from Monster Factory, which is my new company.
Right.
And the great thing about these is that here I am, like right out of the gate.
Yeah.
I've never made something like this before to sell, and they're already being put into Coney Island's.
Well, you just sold. You just sold 2, so
yeah, 3 of them are already going to Coney Island Freak Show.
That's amazing.
So these are now in a museum, and I haven't even sold a piece yet.
Which is absolutely amazing. And speaking of Coney Island,
on my name.
Yeah, well, I mean, speaking of Coney Island, I should say you, Sunday.
Let's go in here where there's light.
Okay. Let's.
So yeah, Sunday we are going to. Can we see me?
We can see you.
There we go. So Sunday we're doing Coney Island comes north. So we have 4 of the acts from Coney Island. We have Keita Sincere, we have Alaska Lost Boy, Jeff with a G, and Cyclone Jack Sullivan, and they do everything from pain-proof demonstrations and pain-proof stunts and sword swallowing and fire eating, fire breathing, and you name it. And they are the freak show by the seashore. You know, Coney Island is sort of sideshows and freak shows go back.
Right.
As far as you can imagine. I mean, in ancient Rome, they had, people that were born differently on display. And that's not what we're really celebrating that. We're celebrating the art of the sideshow in the sense of people who want to be there opposed to forced. But a lot of the people that perform in the freak show or the sideshow are recognized freaks. Did you know I was born with a baby attached to me?
No.
Yes.
Do tell.
Looky look.
Do tell.
It was in the news.
What?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
Pictures too.
So what
I was born with a parasitic twin.
Oh, that's okay.
It's not that exciting.
Well, it's a little bit exciting.
And I had a tail, and they took it away, and I wish I kind of don't, but I think I remember having it, but I don't think I do. I think it's just one of those memories that you create.
Right.
But I do have proof, and yes, I had a little tail, and apparently I wish I'd fucking kept them, but they did cut the fucking tail off. But apparently it's common. Apparently it's like 1 in 500 births. The baby have this little thing.
1 in 5.
Apparently
1 in 500.
Yeah. Apparently it's so common. It's just
in Canada,
the world. Yeah. 1 in 500 births. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Apparently.
Speaking of odd things, tell me what's going on in this room.
Oh, so I'll finish about Coney Island. So Coney Island was sort of like the home base for entertainment in America.
Right.
At the turn of the last century, that was the top place to go. And they had a freak show there that would have, infamous people that were on display, like Zippy the Pinhead. And, people like that. And they had a lot of transgendered people when it wasn't understood.
Right.
Did you know that Coney Island is actually the home of the incubator that the medical profession didn't want to acknowledge incubation, and they thought it was almost like a quack idea, and the inventor of the incubator put them on display in Coney Island. They put the preemies in these, and people would pay $0.25 to come see the preemies. And when the preemies survived, the medical profession looked at it and went, yeah, maybe this is a good idea after all. So Coney Island actually saved my life, because I was born 3 months premature with a stupid baby attached.
And here you are.
And here I am now to tell the story. So in a way, I have that connection.
And I mean, you're one of the top performers in North America,
perhaps.
I mean, maybe we shouldn't tell people that, but
maybe
we should tell people that.
But I'm always obsessed with things that are doubled,
right? Which shows in this room
right here. There's a double body, so you can see it has extra limbs,
right?
See them? There's 5 limbs on there.
Yeah.
So that's a little chicken, a little 5-leg chicken.
That's so interesting.
Extra for dinner. It's been diaphanized, which means it's been injected with ink, so you can see its internal workings.
Oh,
Finger looking good.
I'm learning.
This is a good piece. This is a real set of Siamese pigs.
This is crazy.
Yeah, so it's 8-legged. Fun.
Ugh.
Here, touch it. It's fun. Okay, so there's one there. And at the market, you can buy this sort of stuff. We have some of the
Right.
top oddity vendors
Yes.
coming to something strange.
Who else? Who else?
Skull Store is going to be there.
Okay.
Cabinet of Curiosities.
Right.
A gentleman by the name of Jamie McDougall, who is an oddities dealer that just deals at his own name.
Yeah, yeah.
There's going to be people I know who are collectors who are going to be selling their wares that, we always move our stuff around. It kind of is fluid.
Right.
So there's 40 vendors.
So amazing.
So you can buy
it just
anything.
Gets bigger.
It's getting bigger. It's funny because it got smaller because I lost the original venue and I love the revival, but now that I can use all 3 floors, it's back to being the size of the original venue.
And it's one hell of a party. Like the first time I had been there, I was actually there with somebody I was with at the time, and we had only gone for the show. I didn't know about
had a vendors market then.
I think you did because I came home with a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff that I use all the time now.
Was it during the show at intermission or was it before?
I
may have had
like
a vendor's booth upstairs.
No, it was all 3 floors because all the stuff that I bought was from the basement.
Okay, then there you have it.
So yeah, and it's gotten bigger and more fun and more people, and the last show I sat next to Nerdgasm. That's who I was next to. Is he going to be there this year?
Luigi.
Or on Sunday?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you know, we once did one and the show was 24 acts and we had all sorts of performers and we did it over 3 nights.
Wow.
So that was probably a bigger show, but these ones have bigger, more international performers.
Right.
We have the 4 from Coney.
Yeah.
Then we have Hot Todd Lincoln, who's the sexiest bagel in town.
I love Todd. I can't wait to see him.
Strong man. And
he's out of Baltimore, no?
He is from Baltimore.
Yes.
You want to have one of the things he did? He bent rebar into a heart and he does these horseshoes.
Really?
Yeah, I got a piece. I think I got a deck of cards somewhere here that he ripped in quadrants somewhere.
That's so amazing.
But he does that sort of thing. Then we have Boobzilla.
I'm more excited about her than anybody.
Yeah, Boobzilla. She holds a record for the biggest boobs or something.
I know.
She breaks things with her boobs and
I don't know. You know what? Oh, power to
Danny Red and
I can't wait.
And Papa Jimbo
yeah.
and Pickles LeVay and Starlight 13 and me. So it's just a whole night of fun. And the tickets are still available. We're guys, if you're gonna come, if you're thinking about it, get your ticket tonight because I'm telling you right now, since Monday, which is now Thursday, we've sold over 200. It will sell out. Yeah,
and I was here exactly 7 days ago.
Yeah, we've sold over 200 for the nighttime.
Amazing.
Since you were here last, and we'd already sold a bunch.
Right.
And now the day is still pretty open. We still have the ability to put 700 or 800 throughout the venue.
Right.
We've sold maybe 400 or 500. So there's still a lot left,
for the day.
Like,
yeah. And you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss
it. You want to get both of them, and it's only $30. Like, seriously, you go to a movie, it's more. And it's stupid how much I give to the audience. I don't even get a cut sometimes. I want to show you guys some stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't you pick something and I'll tell you what it is? Because then I'm going to be prone to getting the stuff that.
Okay. Let's.
Because there's real
start with. I don't know. Yes. Let's start here. So this was the first thing that you ever showed me when I walked into the
story of the monkey's paw, correct?
Yes, and not the Simpsons version.
Well, it is sort of the story of the monkey's paw is the Simpsons version. So the monkey's paw myth is that you make a wish on the paw, and whatever you wish for doesn't really happen the way you want it to. So in the book, the kid dies, and they wish for the kid to come back, and he comes back as a sort of a zombie version of himself, and then they wish him dead or something. But whatever you wish for will happen in the wrong way. So the game is you try to wish for something that I can't possibly come up with a dark way of twisting.
Right.
I'll tell you what it is going to be. So somebody said, "Oh, I got you. I wish I pass at school." And I went, "Okay, you'll pass school in a hearse." You see? So what is your wish? Think of something that I couldn't possibly fuck up.
Okay, something simple. I wish for $1 million.
Well, you're going to get it when both your kids croak. And
You're killing me.
It just fell on the ground. It's a little weird.
What is that?
It's a German toy from the 70s.
Oh, you know what it kind of looks like? It looks like something out of Toy Story.
Yeah.
To be honest
with you. It's a little German toy from the 70s, and he walks.
That's so fun.
So,
like it's,
there's just stuff everywhere.
Okay, so the last time I was here, because I'm just gonna go, the entire time that I'm in this room. So okay, wait a minute. Hang on. What is this?
That is a cumin thong.
Okay.
That is a mummified baby that's been gilded in gold, and it's used in Thai black magic. That is the darkest thing in my collection.
Now funny how I was drawn to that.
That is the I don't even touch that.
Okay, now is that real?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Now can you please tell us about the limb behind it?
I'm gonna move a little bit of a clearer view.
Okay.
So this is not a real foot, but it is a model of what a foot would look like if it was bound.
Oh.
So it's a bound foot from China. You can see they even did little nails.
Right.
Touch that. Touch it. It's gross. Just touch it.
Why do you guys always get me to touch weird shit when I come over here?
Touch that. No.
Why?
So there's the bound shoes right there.
I saw those.
So
yeah.
show them. There's the shoes.
Okay, and then there's a photo above.
Yeah,
the shoes
and these
of
are the women.
Feet bound.
Yeah, and they had their feet bound as infants, and the reason was a status symbol, so you didn't ever have to get up on your feet and work.
Okay.
Okay. But it was extremely painful. I mean, the entire foot was crushed in on itself, and it was quite torturous. I wouldn't think that this would be a pleasant thing.
And apparently, it's like a thing of beauty in their
culture.
It's a thing
of beauty. Well, was a thing of beauty.
I kind of think walking is beautiful.
Culture, yeah. I mean, I think it's interesting. I just think it's extremely horrible. But yeah, that's how the foot would look.
It's amazing how abuse can be beauty, eh? I don't know.
I'm gonna pick your nose with
no, thanks. No. Did that before I got here.
with a toe,
No, my fingernails.
So there's a little mini. Did you know that the Iron Maiden is not a medieval torture device? It was created by the Victorians to attract people to come into the museums.
So it wasn't actually created as it was actually created as a showpiece.
It was a showpiece. It was okay. And same with the chastity belt.
See, and you guys could learn more of this if you just show up on Sunday.
So this one is from the Nuremberg Museum. So this is from the 20s. This little what do you call it?
Okay.
Souvenir, and you can see there's little spikes in it. You can.
Yeah, being from Niagara, I should know that word.
You can put your pecker in it and go.
Not me, but
if you're so into that type of thing.
I mean,
but this is a nice little piece. I got this in the States. I think I got this in Colorado at an antique mall.
That's interesting. You've been all over the place,
everywhere.
Yeah, so I've been
everywhere, man.
Now
I'm going to LA in a week, and then I'm going to to New York in 2 weeks.
That's so amazing.
And then I'm going to back to LA for a few months to do some TV and do other things. And
so what? Okay, so normally I go, welcome to Sofa City Sounds, we're late, or blah blah blah, or whatever I'm gonna say, and then I go, please introduce yourself, and we never did that. So why don't you tell who you actually are and what you do?
Actually, Mysterion. That's my name. It means secret.
Right.
And for the past 20 years, I've been I took my love of the unusual and the bizarre and things that we all love,
right?
And said, you know what? Why does this have to be just something that's a hobby? I'm going to be part of the mythos. I'm going to create for sharing the unusual and the strange, and then I went at it full throttle, and before you knew it, I was doing it full time and on TV, and now podcasts, and can't really say much more, but there's going to be other big TV things coming up. And, but as a money-making venture, I'm a full-time mind reader. So I do a mind reading show that would have been similar to something like The Amazing Kreskin or Joe Gunninger. One of these guys from back in the day had come out with a black suit on with a stripe in my hair.
Right.
And I did that for a number of years, a good 15 years. And then I met a young woman named Steffi K. And
who is absolutely stunning, by the way.
Almost as good looking as me. And then her and I, we formed what's known as the Sentimentalists. Right. And
which you guys are phenomenal.
Well, we just destroyed everything we touched. We did Penn and Teller's Fool Us. Yeah. We won.
Nailed it.
We nailed it. We haven't done Nailed It. Make a Cake.
That would be.
That'd be fun.
I wonder if you guys could do that without talking.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, I know you guys are obviously, because of what you do, you guys are very
cook. I'm sure she could do
she
that.
just, her personality and everything about her is just so soft and comfortable. She's very inviting and very warm when you talk to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
So no, I love Steffi. I think she's wonderful.
So her and I have done that. We've done America's Got Talent 3 times. We've done Canada's Got Talent, made the semis.
Yeah.
We've done all sorts of TV shows. We just finished that CHCH for the New Year's countdown.
Right.
That was fun.
Yeah. What was the Stanley Hotel like?
Because that was when I went and got this. The Stanley Hotel is wonderful. So there's a venue connected to the Stanley Hotel called the Underground, and it's in the old carriage house.
Right.
So they've renovated the old carriage house. You go down into the basement. There's a beautiful venue. There's a library. You open up one of the bookshelves. You go into the venue. So there's a guy there 3 times a week named Aidan Sinclair. He does a magic act.
Okay.
And then on off weeks, he's always on, and then he has a guest act.
Okay.
Now in the hotel itself, there's another magic show. It's called the Seance, and that's done by a guy named Hannibal, and that's a different type of show.
Okay.
But we were in the parlor in the Underground.
Okay.
So we were there. I think we were there 2 weeks, and we did maybe 15 shows.
Right.
Whatever it was, I don't remember. But the Stanley Hotel itself is unbelievable. It's just this crazy, cool, creepy, and
like it holds true to it.
Oh my God! Like, well, you got to remember when King stayed there, it was in disrepair.
Right.
So this was built by Mr. Stanley, and the reason why it was built, he was sick, and his doctor said, "Listen, go up into the mountains, stay at my cabin, basically die in peace." Right. Well, the mountaineer healed him, so he decided, you know what? I like it up here. I'm going to build a guest house for my friends and family. So he built the hotel. So it was for all the rich and the Rockefellers, and the Rothschilds. They all come up there. Yeah. Then he started renting it out, and he had these little steam cars that would drive up.
Okay. Yeah.
And you come in from Boulder, and then you would stay the summer.
Yeah.
And I believe there was a big gas explosion that happened there at one point.
Okay.
And no one died, but apparently there's some sort of residual energy that haunts the hotel surrounding that.
Interesting. That's the first time I've ever heard of a haunting that has nothing to do with
a death.
Right. Yeah.
But it was so traumatic. They closed the hotel for a year and they repaired it.
Wow.
Then there was a whole bunch of other instances where, there's one story of a girl who had autism who they didn't know how to treat at the time.
Okay.
So her father treated her to the best of his ability.
Right.
And she was in her own comfort zone. She lived in a room that didn't have any windows because she liked it that way.
Okay.
But when her father died, they didn't know what to do with her, and they just basically locked her up. Well, she died. She ended up offing herself at in her 20s.
Yeah.
But her spirit apparently haunts the hotel now in the form of a child.
Now, is that what is it? Room, is it 237?
No, room 237 is a different.
What is? Do you know? Now, I know. So I went obviously, over to the room, but
I took
you've
photos.
been there. So
I knocked on the door. I mean, it's a room that's apparently haunted, and Jim Carrey was there, and he couldn't stay, and he was there for a few hours. He said, "I'm not going to another room." I've never been into the room. I've been outside of it. If you come out of that room and walk down the hall, which is all of 10 steps, and then make a right, it goes to the main. It's not a very big hotel. It's like a C shape.
Okay.
That's 3 stories.
Right.
And it's maybe 40 rooms.
So it looks larger than it actually is. Like they do a good job of portraying it. So that's why I asked about it.
It looks bigger than it is, and it's incredibly expensive for 40 rooms.
Well, of course.
But they never had a maze, right? They just recently put one in because everyone asks.
Well, of course.
And so they have a little maze in the front. When you go in, there's a sort of a historical setup with one of the steam cars and photos, but the landing, when you first walk in, there's a set of stairs that go up and then separate off and go up to the first floor.
Right.
That's extremely haunted, and there's lots of photographs that people have taken. If you type in Google Stanley Hotel Ghosts, you can see photographs that people have taken. And there's one that was taken a couple of years back, and there's a little girl standing on the steps, and it is a little girl standing on the steps. So I had an odd. So I'll tell you a story about the Stanley. We were there, Steffi and I were there, and our host and people from TAPS, and they invented the Estes method.
Okay, yeah.
Well, Estes Park is where it is.
Okay.
So they invented the Estes method. And if you don't know what that is, it's a non-biased means of spirit communication. So when you're listening for an answer, you're going to hear it, no matter what you're looking for. You hear static and you want to hear your mother's name, you're going to hear it. Okay? It's just the way our brains are programmed. But if you were to be listening to it, and not know what my question was, and I asked spirits, what is my mother's name? And you had on noise canceling headphones and you heard Agnes, you know, it's Agnes. Holy shit, she said it.
Right.
That's one step removed. You wouldn't know, and you're usually blindfolded. So it's called the Estes method.
Okay.
And it's a pretty, I guess the only word we really use is a more scientific approach to it. I'm going to tell you something right now. I know how to bullshit. This was the most insane thing I'd ever experienced.
Interesting.
It was nonstop, bang on, correct answers to obscure questions. I remember at one point the person wearing the headphones said, I said, do you want to talk to Steffi? And they said, the pretty one? No, performers are liars. You know, and then I had it on and I heard it say 1945. And then I said 1945, but even with the noise canceling headphones, I heard everyone screaming, like very, you know, you kind of hear,
right.
Oh, something must have happened. So when I took them off, I said, what had happened? And one of the guys had a ring from World War II and it engraved in it was the some battle in 1945. And he said, what am I holding? And I was blindfolded and I said 1945.
Wow.
That's what I heard, right? So it was pretty far out. And there was a cleaning lady that came through. There was a couple arguing. That it was almost as if we were not part of a conversation. We were just listening in on it.
Yeah.
There was a girl. There was a little girl was one of them. And we went back twice and did it again. And I got to admit, I was pretty spooked out. We went back to the house, which was on the property where the man who booked us. And
right.
This beautiful house. And there's a basement apartment and an upstairs apartment. So of course I'm in the fucking basement. You know, next to the basement's the laundry room, and they got racks of Victorian dresses. It's like, can it be any more creepier? Right?
Wow, right.
Like, I don't mind it, but you know, it got me.
No, but
I'm hard to scare.
Right?
I'm hard to scare.
Yeah.
But it got me to the point where I was like, okay, it was just so much. I was like on edge. So I went downstairs and I had on my my TV. I was watching wrestling.
Right.
Lights were all on, and all of a sudden we start hearing like scratching at the door.
Wow.
And I'm like, guys, quit it, right? And there's nothing. Steffi, stop. Guys, stop.
Yeah.
And I slowly go over to the door and I open the door.
Hi, beautiful.
Oh, I really am. No, Liz just came home. And well, here's the punchline. You walked in on the punchline.
Yeah, perfect timing as always.
I go in. Are you ready for this? It's the fucking dog. I forgot to shut the baby gate.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, you know what? Come in here, dog. So earlier that night, though, and I didn't know this had happened because that happened at about 4:30 in the morning. At about 2, we got back at about 1. At about 2, Steffi and her friend were upstairs, and the friend went out to a car to get something. And Steffi heard a click, and the light went on down the hall and saw him, but then he came in from the garage.
From the opposite side. Wow. And it's funny.
It was pretty far out.
It's funny that you mentioned that Steffi had heard performers or bullshit come through, or liars
performers
come through.
Or liars,
right?
Or
because
like that,
the first time I actually had ever encountered you guys or met you guys, I showed you a picture on my phone, and you and I were standing probably close to 100 feet away from Steffi, and she nailed right down to what was on my plate.
Was it eggs or something?
Yeah, it was my breakfast. And
that's right.
And the extras on the plate made it a smiley face, and she said it was a happy breakfast and it was made of eggs and oranges. Yeah. And I was fucking blown away.
Well, when we were on the Penn and Teller show, we had the whole audience draw images of whatever they liked.
Yeah.
We put them in one of those wind machines that, the money machine, you catch the cash.
Right.
And they were flying all over the place, and I caught one. It was folded up. I was blindfolded.
Yeah.
And I said, draw what's on here. And she drew what was on it. We opened it up and they matched.
Yeah. I've watched her do that too. And if you show up on Sunday, you get to see all that fun stuff happen.
Me do it. She's off on Sunday.
So, well,
from what I understand, she may be in attendance. So maybe I'll coax her to come up on stage.
You should do that.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Couple of human heads.
That's so funny. I was going to ask about this guy chilling behind you, but
let's
talk. Hang on.
It's a hydrocephalic cow.
Okay. Oh,
so that is a real hydrocephalic calf. It's an animal that was born with break it down a little bit with water on the brain and died, unfortunately. But it's an example of hydrocephaly. And if you look behind you, that skull is of a child that had hydrocephaly but didn't make it.
Right here.
Guy.
Oh, the cow.
I named him Byron because when I was a little kid, the kid in the incubator next to me had hydrocephaly, and his name was Byron. So I don't know if Byron lived, but if Byron or you know of a Byron that was born in 1974 that was hydrocephalic and that person's still living, I would like to connect with Byron. So
well, that would be
saying it. I've been saying this
interesting.
for 30 years. I've been trying to find out who this Byron kid was.
That's so crazy. You like I've been here for maybe an hour on top of us doing this show, and
Byron,
right?
You? Show these here.
We've had some of the most interesting conversations.
Some headhunter trophies.
Do they have names?
No, I don't want to give them names because they're bad. This is pretty beautiful. This is Victorian mourning wreaths.
Can we see up?
Yeah, so those are all corpse hair flowers.
Oh, so interesting.
In here we have a guy that was eaten by the tribe.
Who smells like barbecue?
Yeah, you've smelled it. Here's a double-faced cow.
Okay, tell me about this board.
That's just a Ouija board. I don't know much about it other than that it's a Canadian Ouija board from the 50s.
Okay.
I haven't used it or anything. I bought it from a thrift shop. And
I didn't see this.
It's an albino. That's Dr. Raccoon.
That's
gynecologist. See what he's doing?
Yeah. So so let's talk a little bit more about Sunday. About how you and Liz started this, how you and Liz came together to do this.
I started this over a decade ago. No, I started this in a way 20 years ago now to have variety acts.
2 decades.
Yeah, 2 decades ago. I'd have variety acts. Then we started calling it Obscura because of the Atlas Obscura. They offered some sort of a project with me to do Obscura Day.
Okay.
And then we started calling it Something Strange. And I had my friend Joel Pednod, Dr. Pednod, that was part of it. And he would do something called the Human Marvels. It was the first website that sort of categorized an encyclopedia of people who are born with unusual abnormalities. So 3-legged person or, a double-faced guy, the Elephant Man, you might know, and what their story.
Which is right here.
Yeah, that's the Elephant Man Goes to College. It's a toy. I don't know if somebody made it. The Elephant Man 3. He's an animal, a party animal. This is a weird toy. I had to have it. I had to have it. But anyway, him and I, we would do these shows. Our goal was to get acts that are so bad that you couldn't watch them. So we had one guy come out. He just started howling, and then he just pulled his pants down and set his dick on fire. That was his act. And everyone was like, what is this show?
What fucking drives people?
I don't know.
Seriously.
And they think I'm nuts. But anyway, the show did so well that we started curating it. And we have somebody do a Victorian mummy unwrap it, But it was a
interesting.
But it looked good, right? We would have comedians, but it was a comedian who told like death-related jokes. They were a mortician.
Right.
Whatever it was. And then it just started to become, I'm going to get my friends in Sideshow, people I know. And I'd worked down in Coney on occasion. First time I was in Coney was 2008 performance. So a while back now, 15 years ago. I did a couple of spots there. And throughout the years, I'd make sporadic appearances on their stage.
Right.
Nothing major, just a couple shows here and there. But just recently went there with Liz. And then just Liz and I were together, and so she started helping, and we added the market, and Liz took over the market element, and I sort of still do the booking, and it's sort of a joint venture.
You guys, I don't know how you two pull it off as smooth as you do.
A lot of work, man.
But you do, and don't miss it. Buy your damn tickets.
I used to run the burlesque shows, like Girlesque, and I bring in like Tempest, the original Tempest Storm. That was in the movies with Betty Page. Like she's been here.
Amazing.
And like I bring them all in. So I got the experience on how to listen, if you can deal with burlesque dancers,
you can do anything.
Fuck, man.
Amazing.
Any of you fuckers are watching, never again. But no, I mean lots of cool stuff, and you can buy yourself oddities. Like I said, there's 40 vendors.
I can't wait.
Throughout the day. I'm so $10 to get your ticket now. There's the other lady that's the part of it. Don't wreck anything.
Actually, I was going to say, if you can deal with me, you can deal with anything.
Introduce yourself, darling, even though you were here last week.
Oh, that's true.
Or I was here last week.
I think we were both here last week. Hi, everybody. I'm Lizdom. I'm a co-producer of Something Strange and the Oddities Market with this turkey here.
That's a frog.
Why is there a frog trying to kiss me?
See what it turns into.
It's gonna
but you're standing right here, though.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's going to turn into you. That's not a sideshow, or is it?
Oh, my. It's always a blast when I come see you guys. It doesn't matter where we are.
I should make a thing that says kiss the toad and see how many people kiss it.
Okay, I have to say.
Okay, let's get it. Get it on. Kiss it.
All right, there we go.
Okay, close your eyes and kiss the toad.
stress level is right now.
Close your eyes. Here, close your eyes.
Oh no, never play close your eyes again.
I'm not going to do it this time. I'll let you go, but you have to close your eyes and kiss the toad. Go.
No,
kiss the toad.
Your hand.
This thing.
Yeah. Oh, this is the worst.
You know what it is? This Jason Momoa had this. This was his, not his Yankee, but it was. It's a gourd that's made into a drinking thing. It's from
no,
the
there's
movie.
terrible dish jokes in there. I just can't even.
No.
Nice try though. Just can't.
Guys, bring your cash on Sunday. I just finished the floor plan for our members.
What the?
It's going to be packed.
Right? It should be like, I'm not really sure what's going on here.
It's also all ages, including Mysterio.
Sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, it has to be in order to get him.
Here, look at that. Here, give that to one of your kids, the one you like more.
Yeah. I love it.
Now you have to pick. It's Sophie's choice.
No,
you have to pick what kid gets the creepy.
What is it? First of all, look how shaky I am holding this thing.
It's an unknown specimen.
So it kind of looks like one of my piranhas after too much acid. Oh, speaking of which, can we talk about that guy? I'm a well-known piranha owner, and
it's a big piranha.
It is a big like piranha. Mine aren't even. My last one. See ya. My last one was the same size as him. His name was Carl.
What did they eat?
Other fish. Yeah. His name goldfish mainly. His name was Carl. Yeah. And unfortunately, Carl, I only had him for 2 years. He was a rescue. So
how do you find a lost piranha?
Well, so
very carefully,
right? So the neighbor downstairs actually was going to toss him over the falls.
No,
right?
He would die.
I walked right into the house with a bucket, and I took the piranha and I left.
Fresh water? Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. Then he wouldn't have died. Well, he could have died.
So now I have now Carl passed away, so I ended up getting 3 more rescues, and they are the 3 Carls. Ooh. Carl 2, and Carl as well.
Oh yeah.
So
this was Carl cubed.
Yeah, it is Carl cubed now. But they have to be in uneven numbers or they will destroy each other. And I'm still holding on to this thing.
That's for you. That's for one of the kids.
So okay. Speaking of kids,
piece of the Titanic.
A real piece of the Titanic.
I'm gonna do this even though you're taking it. I am too. Ready?
Okay.
Oh. Now you can say that you've just been spanked by a piece of the Titanic. What the hell was that?
My
No, but there was no, but there wasn't. It was like a fucking cell phone.
No, there's.
Whoa!
I'm telling you,
that was a brick right there.
No,
Jesus,
that was directly on.
That's what it was. Oopsie. Okay, you ready? This is my favorite thing in the whole room.
Oh, okay. Go on.
My favorite thing in the whole room.
What is it?
Spritz Hubbard in a can. You get it?
What's going on here? I know exactly.
You know, you phone the guy, hi, do you have Prince Albert in a can? Yes, we do. We should let him out. He'll suffocate. Prince Albert in a can.
It's never, ever, ever a fucking dull moment in this house. Ever. Never. Okay, I have one more thing to ask you about, and then we're just going to cut this right off. Or I have 2 more things to ask you about, actually.
That's molested.
And then we're going to cut this right off.
Show them the picture of what happened to me as a child.
And how did you know I was going to ask about that?
Because I think you always look, everyone looks at that.
It wasn't the first one I was going to ask about, though. I want to know about the chicken and chicken.
Faces.
Yeah.
It just has a parasitic twin like me when I was born. I like things that have things growing off of them, parasitic or Siamese or doubled, or twins, double-headed.
It's
double-faced. There's all sorts of different ways you can be duplicated.
Like this is fun.
Very far out.
I still have this thing in my hand. There's so like we're just gonna have to do like maybe a show every couple of months where we come in and talk about more stuff. But you are
go show them that.
You are
so that was when I was 3, and we went to McDonald's. They had a signing or a photo.
You look so uncomfortable.
I hate that type of thing.
Yeah.
And apparently, from what I was told, I punched. God bless him. He actually just passed away about 3 weeks ago. My mom's friend's kid.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who was my age.
Right.
His name was Tex.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's a sad thing. But apparently, right after that happened, I walked right up to Tex and I punched him in the face. And then there was a woman and I bit her ass. That's how mad I was.
You can tell.
McDonald's. But here's the best part about that picture.
That looks like an unhappy meal.
No, but go over to it. Take a look at where his hand is. And I'm trying to get his hand off of my thing. And he's like, no. But here's the best part. I'm dressed like Chucky. 10 years before.
Oh
Chucky
my
even
God,
existed.
I didn't even notice
I'm
that.
dressed like Chucky 10 years before good guy dolls were invented.
Oh my-
I am Chucky.
You are, oh my God.
What?
And on that note, I think I gotta go home. Oh, post stamps.
Those are Edgar Allan Poe stamps from the 40s.
Amazing.
They're worthless, by the way.
Well,
you can find those online for like next to nothing.
they're amazing though.
But
Like,
they are
look at
amazing.
all this fun, amazing. Okay, what's this?
That's a hand of glory.
I said I was going to ask about
That
one
was
thing,
my
and here we are.
girlfriend's nickname in high school. I'm just kidding. I didn't have a girlfriend.
Oh.
I have 2 hands of glory. Want to see them? There's another one right there.
Oh, that one's interesting.
Yeah, that's a real one. That's why that one's fake. That one's real.
Oh, I would have
They're
suggested the other way around.
They're the hands of Hangman. Basically, they would cut the hand off of a hanged prisoner and then make it into a talisman. Witchcraft.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's a real finger necklace.
I was going to ask you if
And
that was real.
scrotums. Yeah, real. And scrotums.
Oh, can you open that, please?
Sure can.
So my ex can see what's going to happen. The next time he tries to contact me. Oh, what's this?
That's maid mer. The reverse mermaid.
Interesting. And this?
That is an anglerfish.
Oh, those things are fucking ugly.
Yeah.
And this guy, is this one real?
That is a mummy head.
There's so much in
You
here.
know what?
Too
I'm
bad I
gonna
don't have it.
repair maid mer.
There's so much in here. Oh.
I am maid mer, the reverse mermaid. Half fish, half girl. Come and have a whirl.
What?
This is my life. I could have been a doctor, but I instead made a fish creature.
How do I find myself?
And now
in
I'm
these
trying to like
positions?
show you into buying $30 tickets to see this garbage.
Well, yeah, but it's,
Yeah, I assure you there's going to be better shit than this.
no, but this is the type of stuff that, I mean,
I should
I
give
would
her
be
arms.
here.
I want to give her arms. I think I should give her arms and like pose her in a seductive pose on like a cushion.
A pole.
Yeah.
Give her a pole.
Well, here she has a pole. Oh my gosh! I should give her the fucking fishing pole
as her stripper pole. Oh boy. Okay.
That's what I'm working on now, guys.
Guys, we're on our way up through.
I'm gonna go do it now.
Well, on that note,
I'm gonna give maid mer arms. I'm gonna make it a fishing pole, swimming with a stripper pole.
I'm telling you, it's never ever a dull moment when
How far we've come.
And on that note, Sunday, the Revival Bar on College Street, you will find this lovely human. You will find this lovely human. You will find this lovely human. 12 to 6:30 is 12 to 6:30? 12:30 to 6. I've been fucking it up all week. So it is what it is. And the show, what time does the show start?
8 p.m. Doors are 7.
Ooh.
7:30.
So if I just hide under my table.
Oh, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. Don't you worry.
Sofa City Sounds will be there on Sunday. Oh, Mahones, February 3rd. Don't forget. Warehouse. See you next week. You guys are fantastic.